In this video, we're going to compare, contrast, and maybe even help identify the type of warm season grass that you have in your lawn. What's up guys, I'm Rhett. Welcome back to Lawn Insider. About a month ago, I was tasked with creating a video comparing a few different warm season grass types that you'll find across the South for a different project, but ultimately that project didn't happen, but I already have this recording. I think it has some good information in it, and I think you'll find value in it. So I've decided I'm just gonna release it here on Lawn Insider, and for those of you that are returning viewers, I did wanna give a little disclaimer. It's shot in a little different style than what you'd be used to seeing on this channel. It's actually a lot more scripted instead of me just grabbing the tripod and walking around the lawn. And if you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit that black subscribe button below the video and leave it a thumbs up. But without further ado, here it is. There are three main types of warm season grass: Bermuda, St. Augustine, and Zoysia. Unfortunately for us, warm season grasses are generally more rigid and won't stripe as well as cool season turf. They also aren't tolerant to cold weather and will go dormant when temperatures drop below freezing in the winter. First, we're going to look at Bermudagrass. Bermuda comes in two main types: common and hybrid. Most residential Bermuda lawns are hybrid and start from sod. So that's where we're going to focus most of our attention. Bermuda is a fine textured turf grass with an aggressive, laterally spreading growth habit. This lateral growth is spurred by runners or stolons spreading and tacking above ground, and rhizomes spreading underneath the surface. Oftentimes, you'll hear Bermuda grass referred to as an alpha grass due to its propensity to spread and grow over anything and everything, including flower beds, other turf types, and even sidewalks and roadways. There's no such thing as a true hybrid Bermuda seed, but its aggressively laterally spreading nature allows it to effectively fill in weak and bare spots in the lawn. You can also plug or sprig those areas to speed up the process. Bermuda prefers to be cut short and ideally maintained below 2 inches. Bermuda's alpha grass status can be a blessing and a curse. It's a very durable turf and used widely on sports fields and golf courses across the South due to its self-repairing abilities. However, if Bermuda shows up in your lawn in a situation where you don't actually want it, it's darn near impossible to get rid of. It also makes for a good southern lawn because it stands up well to heat, drought, disease, and soil salinity. Not to mention, it does great with foot traffic, and when real mowed, can produce a beautiful golf course style lawn. The biggest downside to Bermuda is its lack of shade tolerance. It needs a lot of full sunlight, and when it's in an area that doesn't receive it, it will struggle. It's also a nitrogen hog and requires frequent mowing and maintenance to keep up with its preferred sub 2-inch height of cut. The next grass we'll look at is St. Augustine. St. Augustine grass, known for its coarse texture and thick grass blades, is a popular choice for lawns in warm coastal regions. Similar to hybrid Bermuda grass, St. Augustine is propagated primarily through sod, plugs, or sprigs, as commercial seed is not available. St. Augustine exhibits a lateral growth pattern, but differs from Bermuda and Zoysia in its lack of rhizomes. Instead, it spreads primarily through above-ground stolons, forming a dense, carpet-like turf. One of the distinguishing features of St. Augustine grass is its preference for a taller mowing height, typically ranging from 3 to 4 inches. This taller cut helps to maintain its vigor and resilience, as well as providing a more uniform appearance. Now let's look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of this turf type. Its dense growth habit helps to suppress weeds. It's also more shade tolerant than Bermuda, but still will struggle in areas that aren't getting plenty of sunlight. Its lateral growth pattern allows for rapid establishment, and you won't have to waste money to overseed. However, St. Augustine has its limitations. It requires a lot of water, and when paired with humid coastal climates, it tends to struggle with disease. It also doesn't fare as well with heavy foot traffic as Bermuda. In my opinion, due to their different textures and cutting heights, choosing Bermuda or St. Augustine for your home lawn comes down to personal preference. However, our last warm season grass brings the best of both worlds. Zoysia can have both fine and coarse blades depending upon the cultivar. Due to this range in texture, there's some versatility to Zoysia maintenance. You can reel mow and keep it short like sports turf, or you can use a rotary mower and maintain a higher height of cut similar to St. Augustine. Compared to Bermuda grass, Zoysia blades are less rigid and more lush in appearance, creating a carpet-like surface. While Bermuda grass is known for its aggressive lateral growth and ability to quickly fill in bare spots, Zoysia's growth pattern is slower, with both above-ground stolons and below-ground rhizomes contributing to its thick turf density. Depending on the cultivar of Zoysia, you can find sod, seed, plugs, or sprigs. However, most sod varieties do not have commercially available seed. One of the standout features of zoysia grass is its adaptability to varying light conditions. While Bermudagrass requires full sunlight to thrive, zoysia is more similar to St. Augustine with its higher shade tolerance, but it will also perform well in full sun. Additionally, zoysia grass shares some of the heat and drought tolerance characteristics of Bermudagrass, making it well suited for warm and sunny climates. However, zoysia requires less frequent mowing and smaller doses of nitrogen due to its slower growth pattern. Despite its many advantages, zoysia grass also has its limitations. While it tolerates shade better than Bermudagrass, it may still struggle in heavily shaded areas. It also struggles more with thatch buildup and is much slower with self-repair. All three of these warm season grass types can be the foundation of a beautiful lawn, and each come with their own unique sets of advantages and disadvantages. It just comes down to finding the right information and putting it into action. And that's gonna wrap up that video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave it a like. If you're enjoying the content, you wanna continue to see more of it, hit that black subscribe button below. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave those in the comment section below. I'll see y'all again soon. Lawn Insider, out.